All right, we're starting a new series this weekend. We've been doing the story for a long time, but this weekend we're going to focus, actually for the next 4 weekends, we're going to focus on a series called Get Low. The whole point of this series is students are going to be moving up. The 6th graders are going to be 7th graders really soon. That's happening on June 4th and 5th, and they're actually going to do a tour on May 20th, 21st weekend. And so we want to be ready for them in every way. And so this coming weekend is going to be a week that we sort of prep our students to be ready to receive them. Remember those crazy awkward photos that we wanted all of your leaders to send in? This is why. This coming weekend we're going to associate once again with what it feels like to be awkward. So we're going to show those photos. Leaders or students are going to shout out who the leaders are. That's going to be a blast. And then there's no story. Instead, we're going to be talking about James 2, 1 through 4 and Romans 12 through 3, or Romans 12, verse 3. And both of those are basically talking about seeing yourself the way that God sees you and seeing others the way that God sees them, and not evaluating people like, oh, they're poor, they're rich, I'm going to treat them differently because they're cool, they're not cool. And so we're going to have the teacher teach on those verses. The main things that they should do is sort of teach the kids, hey, remember these students are coming in and we're going to treat them a certain way. We're going to lay down our life for incoming kids. Remember that the 6th graders have something to teach us, not just things that we can teach them, and that when we feel grateful for them, that brings us to a place of humility, and we want to do that. We want to be humble. The teacher for sure should share a super awkward story. That's really important, not just an awkward story that they can wrap up at the end and be like, oh, and then in the end I was cool. They should remain in the awkward place. That's really important. When students go back to pods, the pod leader should share an awkward story, and then all of the students, we're going to ask them to share what was their most awkward transition period, like what year to what year did they change the most, look the most different, feel the weirdest about themselves. Doing this is going to get them in a frame of mind that we want the pod leaders at the very end to say, hey, remember how this feels? That's how these students are going to feel next week when they come in. So that's the whole point, is to get all of our students in the room remembering what it feels like to be awkward, so that they themselves can be kind to the incoming kids when they come to check us out. That's it. I don't know if you checked out Eclipse after seeing last week's trailer, but we want you to see this trailer for Thor that's coming this summer. I think that the lead guy is a hunk as long as he can keep his mouth shut.
Please open your eyes.
Oh no, this is Earth, isn't it?
Where did it come from?
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same.
Do you swear to guard the lives of the innocent?
I swear. Let's get 'em! Whee! Stop it! First smash!